Hey, it's Tom again. So I got this comment. I'd love to see more videos about Linux configs and tools. Keep it up, and make one for shifting to Linux from Windows. The latter, or this one from Shadow Emperor, will come in the future, I promise. But today, I wanted to show you one of my favorite tools on Linux called rsync. And rsync is, oh my gosh, it's so nice. It's so nice, y'all. Let me tell you. So for context, firstly, I'm running on Linux Fedora, but you can do this on any system that you want. Does not matter. So rsync is basically just a remote copying tool. If we look at the man page for rsync, and if you don't know what a man page is, it's like the manual basically for a command. It's a fast, versatile, remote, and local file copying tool. The point of it is that you can take point A, which has files in it, and move it to point B, or copy it to point B. It basically is like a remote CP command, or remote copy command. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So firstly, I'm just going to give you a deep dive of like what it's doing. So I'm using explainshell.com. Shout out to Explain Shell. And basically what I'm just going to do here is I'm just going to show you an actual rsync command, or an example for an rsync command. So starting from the top here, we have rsync itself. We already went over it. It's a fast, versatile, remote, and local file copying tool. And then AVP is what we're looking at. But I did also put in here partial progress, but that is the exact same as doing AVP like this. We'll see that P is partial progress. So anyway, we'll move through this one by one. Let me go back to this real quick. There we go. So rsync A, or -A, is the archive flag. And it's a quick way of saying that you want recursion and you want to preserve almost everything, which means if you have a folder that you want to transfer, it will transfer any other folders or directories and any other files and anything that's in there. It's recursive. It keeps going. Secondly is V, which is verbose. It just gives you more information about what's going on during the transfer itself, or the copy. Like it says, by default, rsync works silently. A single -V will give you information about what files are being transferred and a brief summary at the end. And that's all we'll be using here. And then AVP, the capital P at the end that I had, is partial progress. Partial will basically make it so if you're in the middle of an rsync and your network cuts out or your computer crashes, your transfer will not just revert. It will keep that partially transferred data, and then you can come back later to then keep continuing your rsync. It's great for that reason alone. This is like why I like rsync so much. And then you have progress, which is also part of the capital P. Basically, it just prints more information. It's even more verbose, basically. Whilst transferring, it gives you a progress line that looks like this. So first line is basically the amount of bytes that have been reconstructed from the original file or copied over. 63% is the amount, the percentage amount of what's been transferred. And this is the download speed itself, or the transfer speed itself, or the rate, as they call it, reconstruction rate. And then finally, this is the estimated time it will take to finish if it stays on the same consistent speed, which in most cases it should if it's not a huge transfer of all of these small files. Usually if it's like one file, it will this is going to be very accurate. Otherwise, it'll be really hard to predict. So yeah, it's rsync-AV capital P, and then local directory. I'm doing an example of a local directory to a remote directory here. So basically you put your first directory, which is going to be like, let's say like /home/TomPeppercorn/music if I wanted to copy my music over somewhere, which I do pretty frequently. And then you're going to need a SSH connection, which I probably should have mentioned actually firstly as a prerequisite. I'll put it in the description as well. But you do need a shell, like a shell connection to it. Usually it's in the form of SSH. So here I have root at host as an example. I don't recommend root, but I will show an example with root just to show how it works. A colon to denominate that you're no longer talking about a login, and now you're talking about the directory. So then now we're talking about /remote/directory, which, for example, could be / in this case, /root/music. So yeah, that's a rundown of the command. And now to actually do it, let's go ahead and run our terminal here. I also have something else that I am doing in the background, so don't mind that. There we go. So I'm gonna expand this a little bit, and by a little bit I mean quite a bit. We're gonna do rsync-av capital P, and then we are going to pick whether we want to copy something over to our computer or vice versa. I'm gonna actually do the reverse. Firstly, so I'm going to do root at 192.168.50.7. That's the this is the what's it called? This is the remote server that I'm getting a copy from. So like I said, colon to denominate that you're no longer talking about login, and now you're talking about a directory. So now I'm going to put /home/ I think this is my Plex server, so I can do /plex/media/music, and we'll just transfer all this music stuff over to home Tom Peppercorn music. And anything that's missing will be transferred over. I don't have too much in here right now, but it's enough to just show the example here. I just have a couple CDs that I have here. Letting it kind of transfer through here, but we can see that we can see it working in real time though. And there we go. And now if I go over to the actual directory that it was copied over to, well, yeah, there we go. Well, we'll see that I actually have all my stuff I just copied over. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, if you wanted to copy stuff over, which I'll do in this case, but it's not going to do anything. If you wanted to copy stuff over to it, all you have to do instead now is basically just flip these over to copy to a remote server. So I'm just going to copy this to my clipboard, and I'm going to remove this, and then we're going to go to the front here and paste that. And you'll see nothing happened because, well, it's already synchronized. And that's why we have the dash, I think it's the -P, yeah, with partial. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, final notes, of course, make sure this P is capital. That is important. Unlike the Windows terminal, the Linux terminal is case sensitive, and it will watch out for, for case sensitivity. That's all I was trying to say. I really wounded that up too long of a sentence there. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. This is, there's a lot you could do with this. You could even make a cron job or an automated job to basically automatically back up a certain folder on your computer to a remote server. Like if you have a Raspberry Pi, you can make that a backup server of some sort for yourself. There's a lot of things you can do here. That's one of the possibilities. I'm going to let you go wild with it. And yeah, enjoy. Hopefully you learned something here, and if you want something in particular for me to look over, I can take a look at it. This has been Tom, and I will see you guys later. Bye.